Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks Best Country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning. Just Sarah today. Ethan is on assignment. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm just going to tell you the first four stories of this broadcast this morning are absolutely heart-wrenching. The Ozarks needs prayer. A dramatic water rescue on Lake Springfield yesterday evening. I think it started right around 5 p.m. Sources say 4 people were involved. Somehow they were stranded in the very fast-moving waters, flooded waters. We believe they were in a canoe and somehow got stuck out in that major current, if you've been over it at flood zone. We've confirmed from Springfield firefighters that one child was pulled from the water. We don't know exactly the age of that child, but 3 people are still missing. In fact, Springfield's water rescue team, that is part of the fire department, had to stop looking for them late last night, saying that they had searched all the areas that they could be above water, which means they are likely now moving into a recovery effort as opposed to a search and rescue effort. So those 3 people still missing. One of them is hospitalized. Do not know their exact ages yet. We know at least one of them is a juvenile. We also know that 3 members of the water rescue team were injured during the rescue efforts. 2 of them were treated at the hospital last night and released. A 3rd team member was being admitted. Crews will be actively searching again this morning. They could certainly use the prayer. It is rough conditions out there. If you've driven over it or seen it, the water is super high, very fast moving. It was actually pushing the rescue boat downstream, even though it had a motor on it fighting to stay upstream. The Springfield Greene County Park Board announced on its Facebook page that for now, the park and the boathouse are closed. All right, more sad news now. A recovery operation on Table Rock Lake has led authorities to a missing person out of Kansas. The Missouri State Highway Patrol recovered a submerged vehicle and a body from the water near Joe Bald Park in Kimberling City on Sunday. Poor weather delayed initial recovery efforts on Saturday. The Overland Park Police Department has taken the investigation over as officials are now working to determine the exact cause of death. Now to this, the search for a missing man from Marshfield ended tragically at Bull Shoals Lake in northern Arkansas. The body of 25-year-old Caleb Blair was found Sunday after he failed to return from an early morning fishing trip during some pretty severe weather that moved through on Saturday. Investigators believe that Blair was on a small watercraft when a thunderstorm moved through. 25 years old from Marshfield. All right, 12 people were killed in a tragic skydiving plane crash on Sunday morning in Butler, Missouri. That's about 65 miles south of Kansas City. A skydiving plane went down just moments after taking off from the Butler Memorial Airport, killing the pilot and the 11 skydivers on board. That plane failed to gain altitude properly and then just went down in the field right there by the runway. The federal investigators are now picking up that case to determine the cause of the crash. All right, Springfield Airport briefly evacuated passengers early Sunday morning after a suspicious item was found near the outbound baggage area. Airport security closed a checkpoint and moved travelers to a safe area for about 15 minutes while they investigated what it was. The Springfield Fire Marshal determined the item did not pose a threat, and then normal airport operations resumed. One person was taken into custody. Finley River Park in Ozark is closed until further notice after heavy rain and storms there caused the rising water and flooding. The city is urging people to stay away from that area while conditions are monitored. The park, of course, will reopen after the water levels go back down. All right, switching gears of sorts now. A Springfield former investment advisor has pleaded guilty to federal wire fraud and money laundering charges. 72-year-old Bob Hunter admitted to stealing more than $373,000 from client retirement accounts while operating the Summit Group of Missouri. Prosecutors say he used client money for personal expenses and then took steps to try to hide the crime. Hunter could face significant prison time and fines when he is sentenced. The Springfield City Council will soon consider a proposal that would allow cannabis dispensary drive-thrus to remain open until 1:30 in the morning. The change was recommended for approval by the city's Planning and Zoning Commission in a 5-2 vote. The proposal from Tirabus would align cannabis drive-through hours with the city's existing rules for alcohol sales. The measure is scheduled for its first reading before City Council next month. Cox Health announced that automation is taking over 53 jobs in its revenue cycle department. The health system says those positions mostly involve manual medical coding work that can now be done by new technology, assuming AI. Cox Health says many affected workers will move into other positions, and then others might receive transition and education assistance. The organization is expanding AI training, nonetheless, opportunities for employees who are currently there still on the job. The Ozarks had a strong showing at the Miss Missouri competition over the weekend. Congratulations to Stratford High School graduate Tabitha Crane, who won the Miss Missouri title on Saturday night while competing as Miss Pulaski County. The University of Missouri law student will now advance to the Miss America competition in Florida coming up in August. The night before, by the way, Branson's Anna Hall captured the Miss Missouri teen title. So congratulations to both of them. All right, the Ozarks Lunkers came up just short in their home matchup Saturday night, falling to the Memphis Hound Dogs 46-43. It was a close one at Wilson's Logistics Arena. The loss dropped Springfield's professional indoor football team to 1-2 on the season. The Lunkers will play 2 road games before being back at home to face Monroe on July 11th. All right, there's a look at your news. Lots of terrible, heartbreaking stories in the news today from right here in the heart of the Ozarks. So make sure that you are staying up to speed on all that has happened. We will keep you posted as we learn more about that water rescue. Again, crews will be out again this morning. Pray for their safety. It is a dangerous job indeed if you have seen some of those flood areas once that water gets to moving quickly. So prayers for the 3 people and the water rescue teams who are now in either search and or recovery effort mode. All right, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so we should know more for you tomorrow morning. And as always, you can check in online. All right, thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a good Monday. Bye-bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Somehow it's the middle of June and it does not feel like it. We've got temperatures this morning starting out in the middle 50s. It's a comfortable start to the work week after a stormy weekend in the Ozarks. Of course, you know, we have too much water happening in the Springfield region. We're going to get a couple of dry days to not worry about additional rainfall. That's good news for us because it was just way too much over the weekend. We had severe weather chances out there over the weekend. And of course, too much rain on Saturday night. So a dry day in the forecast. It's welcome, but it's also feeling kind of cool out there early this morning. not the best for a pool day if you're heading out early because things are going to get kind of chilly across the Ozarks early on today. We're in the middle 50s this morning, and I have highs today in the mid 70s. There's a nice north breeze too. We've cut some of that humidity out of the air. It's feeling great outdoors today, and today is a dry day in the forecast. We kind of get some relief with those extended numbers. We have cool conditions ongoing this morning. Temperatures are in the mid 50s. I think we'll be in the mid 60s by mid morning. Highs today will land in the middle 70s. It's a comfortable day to get outdoors. We also have high pressure in control. For us, that means sinking air today. It does not mean we'll see much in the way of cloud cover. Most of the rain and stormy weather is going to be out in Texas. In fact, South Texas making national news for some very heavy rainfall expected there today. And that's kind of extending along most of the Gulf Coast. So the rainy weather has moved south to our friends. We have highs today in the middle 70s. Plenty of sunshine is what I'm expecting, and a light breeze. I think through midweek, we'll really start to see things change a bit in terms of temperature and winds. It gets kind of breezy around here by Wednesday. There's another chance for severe weather this week, Wednesday night into early Thursday. But for the most part, I have some few chances for isolated showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. Then it's Wednesday night into Thursday that we see the next best opportunity for some rain and storms. Thursday, it could be early in the day that we see some of the storms on the radar. Looks like Friday, Juneteenth, will be a dry day for us here in the Ozarks, and then we hold on to some isolated storm chances through much of the weekend, which is not uncommon for a summertime weekend in the Ozarks. Today, though, doesn't get much better. Today's the day to get outdoors. If you can, take a walk. It's going to be fabulous. We'll have high temperatures in the mid 70s, 76 in Springfield, mostly sunny skies. It's going to be beautiful. We will see a weak frontal boundary come through here on Tuesday. It'll keep our temperatures down with highs only expected to be in the upper 70s again. Partly sunny. Some scattered showers are possible on Tuesday. I really don't think they're all that widespread. It's Wednesday that I'm watching for the better chance for some late evening storms Wednesday into early Thursday morning. Around the country, it's that heavy rainfall for South Texas and to much of the lower Mississippi Valley that's making headlines for today and tomorrow with excessive rainfall. We've got heat building for the Pacific Northwest and then cooler weather arriving for the midsection of the country. That's us. And we will see heat increase for much of the East Coast and the Mid-Atlantic today, too, with some toasty temperatures for our eastern portion of the country. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. What type of severe thunderstorm is famous for its rotating updraft, making it the most dangerous and prolific producer of large tornadoes? Do you think that is A, the squall line, B, the supercell, C, the single cell, or D, the derecho? Well, if it sounds like it's the winner, super, you would be correct. It is B, the supercell. It is that classic thunderstorm. You know, if you see a big thunderstorm kind of building off on the horizon with the anvil top, it's got all the components of a big weather maker. Chances are that is B, a supercell. So congrats if that was your guess. Here's another tornado question for you. What is the name of the scale used to measure tornado intensity? Do you think that is A, the Saffir-Simpson scale, B, the Fujita scale, C, the enhanced Fujita scale, or D, the Richter scale? Please let me know your guess. You can do that at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Big shout out to our sponsors this morning. Thank you to Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. I sure hope you have an enjoyable Monday across the Ozarks. Enjoy the 70s, enjoy the sunshine, and a day without rain. I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow morning.